I'm about to surprise you. I'm about to give you a piece of information that most people, even if you've known me for years, even if you've heard me talking for years, you might not know. I've got a brother, a younger brother. And hey, don't feel bad if you didn't know this. I have my in-laws. I've been with Rachel for a decade and a half, and my in-laws have never even met him. He's a black sheep, the prodigal son. My dad's always waiting for him to return with open arms, and my dad's a good fella, and I know that's what he's supposed to do. Me, not so much. Not so much. I was just thinking about him. Yeah, I'm in the car again. I'm in the truck, riding down the highway and rapping with you. But as I'm driving, I'm thinking about when we got started in real estate. And Dad and I were investing. We were buying houses, fixing them up. Originally, we turned them into rentals. Then we started to fix and flip. And I was a dummy back then because I used to, I'd find the deals, I'd get the financing for the deals, and then I'd strap on the tools and go work inside the deals because I didn't know any better. If you're doing investing, I highly recommend you do not do that. But that's a story for another day, of course. But anyways, Dad, myself, my buddy Jason, who was like a brother to me, we were all working in these properties, fixing them up, doing all different things, drywall, electrical. Sometimes we get into plumbing, flooring, all kinds of things. And my actual brother, my biological brother, saw what Dad and I were doing. And he came around because he's always doing the disappearing act. He disappears and then he comes around. It's a cycle that's been going on for many, many, many years. But he saw what we were doing and decided that he wanted to get involved, so to speak. And when I say involved, it's very limited, more like a silent partnership where he said he wanted to help us, but he never showed up. He never came when he said he was going to come to help us. He never really stayed as long as he said he would when he showed up, and never really contributed anything other than saying, yeah, I want a piece of this, with his giant fat hand out, waiting for us to fill it with money because he saw what we were doing and decided that he deserved some of that for some reason, even if he didn't put anything into it. And if you can't tell, that bothers me just a little bit. Yeah, I have this deep, dark pit in my soul for people who are entitled, who think they deserve things without putting anything out there. And I'll say something that I heard from Earl Nightingale. If you guys have not studied Earl Nightingale's work, The Strangest Secret was an excellent, excellent program. You should go out there and get it. I believe it was The Strangest Secret. There was another program too. I don't know. I bounced back and forth between the two of them, but look for his programs. They're some of the best I've ever heard in my life, and they will change the way you think and feel about yourself and the world that you are in and what you're capable of. Anyways, he talks about, in one of those programs, he talks about the entitlement mentality, and he says it's like a person who is sitting in front of a fireplace. They haven't put any wood into the fireplace, and they're rubbing their hands together, leaning forward and saying, give me heat, and then I'll give you wood. It doesn't work that way. You got to go out, you got to find the wood, you got to chop the wood, you got to break it up, bring it into the house, you got to get some kindling, you got to put some work in to start the fire, you got to stoke the fire, you got to put small logs and bigger logs, and then finally, when all that is done, when you put work in, when you've made an investment, that's when you get heat. And the world right now, as I see it, is full of people who are entitled. Give me heat, and then I'll give you wood. They think they deserve things, and I'm not sure where this all came from, these special little snowflakes, but I know that it is screwed up. And I feel bad for them that they don't realize that it's necessary for them to put in work, to make an effort to sow before they reap. And I don't know. Is it TV? Is it commercials? Is it the media? I tend to think it is. I tend to think that people are getting warped by the media, so they become more dependent on the state, so they can say, take care of me, take care of me. I'm a little peon that can't take care of myself. I need the state to take care of me. And that's how socialism is going to take over the United States. It's what I'm really afraid of. I don't want to get down that rabbit hole, but I see it. Those Bernie Sanders fans wanting to be taken care of because they're alive, because they're breathing, they're sucking air, they deserve to be taken care of. No, no, no. That's not the way nature works. You adapt and survive, or you die. And so if you're sitting there in the freezing cold in front of a fireplace and waiting for it to give you heat when you haven't put any wood into it, you deserve to die. That's no joke. A little extreme, maybe, but you get the idea. People who do not contribute to this world do not deserve anything. Now, of course, there's people that can't take care of themselves. I'm talking about able-bodied people who do not make an impact, do not contribute to this world, do not create. Then they don't deserve to get anything. Yet they're walking around entitled. And I've struggled with this. And it's screwed up my programming, because obviously you can tell how I feel about that whole entitlement thing. And so it's kind of screwed up my programming up until recently. And where it really hit me, I've told you guys about this, where I'm doing 75 hard, and I still owe you a show on 75 hard. Anyways, I'm doing my morning walks, and I'm listening to audio programs, personal development, business. Recently, I have found another program. I don't know if I've talked to you about this, but this is a must-have. If you are into personal development, if you're into getting better, if you know that you're not living up to your potential, you must get this program. It's Bob Proctor, and it's called You Were Born Rich. You can get it on Amazon Audible for about $15, I believe. Best $15 you will ever invest in your life. And the book is good. I like the audio program. Obviously, I'm not going to walk with a book in my hand, but I can walk with a book in my ears. This program is amazing. And I was walking around Lake Eola the other day, and he was talking about that old giving and receiving being two sides of the same coin. You can't have one without the other. You got to be open to that. And I'm with that. I like that. I love that idea. Yes, I want to give. And hell yeah, I want to receive. Of course. Why else would I be alive? But I struggled with this identity crisis where I don't like entitled people. I can't stand entitlement. And so it messed with my ability to receive. It screwed up my head. And I think that's also in some programming out there, whether it's your church or school, people you hang around with, those people that have told you time and time again, it's better to give than receive. And somehow that was ingrained in my head. I believed that, and I took it hook, line, and sinker. It's not true. It is not true. It is so false. The truth is, it's better to receive than, T-H-E-N, give. It's better to receive than give, because once your cup is full, you'll have an overflow so that you can share, so that you can take care of yourself and those close to you, and you can take care of more people. So, yeah, reality check. I had one, and now you might be having one with this thought, but I struggled with that. And I struggled with entitlement. And I struggled with the whole idea of receiving. And it's I'm still right now, I'm much better than I used to be. But sometimes I fall into that. And really, the first thing you need to be is aware that you're struggling with that. Because if you're aware that you're struggling with that, you can do something about it. And so I notice when I don't accept a gift, I'm like, that's not right. I have to allow myself to receive. And I used to be like that. I used to be weird when people gave me a gift, but it's okay. Accept the gift. That's part of receiving. In order to give, you receive. In order to receive, you give. That's a circle of life. That's a circle of happiness. You have to be open to both sides of it, or you will be incomplete. You will die. So I struggled with that, and that's why I am I'm a slow mover. I'm not as successful as I want to be, or maybe as I should be at my ripe old age of 41 now, going on 42. I know that I could be more successful, and it's because of that struggle with the idea of being entitled, and I didn't want to always be receiving and things like that, and it held me back. And obviously I'm working through it, and I'm sharing it with you so that you have the awareness. But there's this thing, when I was listening to Bob Proctor walking around the lake, he talked about expectancy. And really, I didn't get it. I've heard expectancy. I've heard about expecting good things to happen. But I confused that with entitlement, and I thought it was a bad thing. And so maybe you grew up like I did. Maybe you come from a world of scarcity where you grew up and you didn't have enough, and you were always wondering, when is the other shoe going to drop? You ever hear that? Like, the other shoe is going to drop. Something good happened. Now, where's the bad thing that comes with it? Man, when I started in business, I'll get a $50,000 check and be waiting to lose my ass on the next deal because I'm like, oh, this deal went too well. I'm in trouble. Why couldn't I just celebrate it? Why couldn't I expect to get that $50,000 check? Because we did a rehab, we bought right, and we sold right. Because my programming was screwed up, because I didn't know any better, because I had nobody to teach me what the difference was between entitlement and expectancy. When you're out there putting good things in the world, when you're out there giving, helping, making an impact, you should expect good things to happen for you, because that's the way it works. You're putting good energy out into the world. Expect good energy to come back to you, because you deserve it. You created that motion, and that motion is going to come back to you. So this is a struggle that I'm still dealing with, but I'm getting better at it. And I see, as I improve with this idea of expectancy, expecting good things to happen, expecting the best for myself, the world becomes a better place, a happier place. I'm in a better place right now, just thinking about this and sharing it with you. Expectancy is a good thing. Entitlement is a bad thing. Know the difference between the two. Entitlement is you not putting anything out into the world, or putting bad vibes in the world, or just expecting to get things out of the world when you have not put anything out there. You're bankrupt. Your account is empty. Expectancy is the other side. You fill up that piggy bank and you need to make a withdrawal. Well, hell yeah, there's going to be something in there for you, because you have been filling it up. I want you to think about that. Those two sides, expectancy versus entitlement. Live a life with expectancy. Be happier, give more, be more, do more, have more. That's it. I just wanted to share that with you today. This is a life-changing lesson. Listen to it 5 or 6 times till you really get it. And when you get it, when you understand that you are doing the right thing, if you're doing the right thing, if you're not, fix it. I just told you how to fix it. If you're doing the right thing, putting the right thing into the world, you will have more. You will be more. You will do more. Listen to this 5 or 6 times. They'll drill down into your head and start living a life of expectancy. And you have the people around you right now that you can improve their lives by sharing this audio message with them, letting them understand that there is a better world for them. Share this message with them right now. Do not wait. I'll be back in your earbuds next time, and I expect you to come back and be here with me. Daddy's out.
This is thepodcastfactory.com.